it should be good then. Okay, I am very sorry about the wait for that. Put that there. I just could not find the fucking cable. Oh, look at the chat there so I can see it. That might be a good idea. Get out of the way, people. You're messing up the laser. Okay. Okay, let's get going. So you might see a whole bunch of crap. Pad might always see the thing I was thinking of. He might be excited for maybe, I don't know. So let's start with. There's so many different things. What to start with? That's a toughie, actually. I guess probably work on some of the PS4 stuff, because I always got so much of that. So, I tried Hell Wardens out today on stream. So, you got to see gameplay of that if you were in the early phase of the stream. That's pretty okay. It was a budget game, so wouldn't mind playing in the future. Got too many things at the moment, though, so that's kind of an if at the moment. Best Buy had a bunch of stuff on sale. We Happy Few was like $9. This I picked up. Some of the NIS's stuff is starting to become kind of expensive. So, Destiny connected TikTok Travelers. No, that's about a month. This is about a month of stuff. So NIS stuff started raising in prices here and there. So, I only have like 2 titles. I'm trying. His years lasts a week. This was on sale for $23, so I jumped on that because there's a few titles I haven't gotten from NIS and they're raising in price. So I'm starting to look into some of those. This was on sale for $12. This is a romance novel series. I have a few entries on the Vita. These are supposed to be, I believe, I think these were stories that were originally drama discs turned into visual novels for the rest of the series or something like that. They're supposed to be like side stories, so Ghost Parade. This was an Access release game. I think it was $20 on sale on Best Buy. When I looked at a few things of it, it didn't look too interesting to me. But did somebody I follow on Twitter, compared this game to, what was it, Folklore on the PS3. And that made me more interested in it, so I bought it. Because I like Folklore, that's an interesting game. Some titles I got for cheap at Walmart. The Monkey King Hero is back for $9. This one I picked, I don't know anything about this game, but it was $11, so I took a risk on it. I don't know anything about it. Graphically, it looks okay on the back, but you know how deceiving that can be. Bee Simulator, I heard it's a silly fun game, $11. Oh, is it? Are you familiar with this title, Pad? Would you say $11 was good? Because I've never heard of it. What company even published it? Blue Owl Studios? I'm not even sure what studio that is. It was made in Unreal, though. Seen some Let's Plays. You can ride a dragon. Well, hey, I got it for $11. Pad says it's a pretty good game, so we'll go with it. Let's see. Now here, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I did get a new Xbox One game. And that was part of a series beloved, but what I got wasn't well loved. Contra Road Corps, I got for, I think, $8. I was like, why not? I heard it's an okay game. It's like Metal Gear Survive. It's an okay game, but for the franchise it's connected to, it feels like a lot of betrayal. Like, Metal Gear Survival was an okay zombie game, survival game, but it definitely wasn't a Metal Gear game, so. Stupid bottle. So, I mean, I don't have an opinion on World Corps. I haven't obviously played it yet, but you remind me of reminded me of a Contra on the Famicom. That would be Hard Corps was the Genesis, wasn't it? So, yeah, you know, it's kind of funny you call it Road Corps, actually, though. I wonder if it was supposed to be kind of connected to Hard Corps. Contra... Let's see. No, Contra... Was Contra 3 on the Super Nintendo? Actually, I think it was. I don't quite remember. I'm a little rusty. I have a few Contra games, but not a lot of them, so... Okay, where you want to pick my little Charmander? Pick something. Wow, 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 wow. How about these? Right here, yeah. Okay, so the Super Nintendo stuff. So you might be noticing these cartridges and things sitting here. So, if you don't know, Pico, I think that's how you say it. They basically get licenses to games that either never got finished or forgotten the time, and they basically do repos. But they own them. They're not illegal, or that they're licenses they're buying, and they're either finishing the game, translating it. So for a little of the money that we got from what was it, the check things from the coronavirus. I took a little of it. I wanted to try some of those games because they got a lot of beat 'em ups. I like beat 'em ups, retro beat 'em ups. So I wanted to try some of them. Now they sell them in both box and separate cartridges, and you save about $10 every time you get a cartridge. So I bought them all cartridges, and color me surprised when 4 of them were in boxes. So, my guess is, because I bought, 4, 5, 6, 7 games from them, my guess is they decided to give me some boxes, I guess. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but either way, thank you. So, the games I got here was Brave Battle Saga, Legend of the Magic Royal. I think... Yeah, this one's odd, because if you looked at video of it, it looks like Breath of Fire. Like, the way the battle screen looks, it looks like Breath of Fire. So, I think this one was a Chinese-only game that got translated. Then, we got the Water... Morgan? I think this is a beat 'em up. Now this one, this is the one that looks like, there's a few enemies that look a little eerie similar to Knights of the Round in this one. So, I think this one was also a Chinese-only title that got translated, I believe. And in case you're wondering, they do come with booklets. Though I hear they're very horribly edited in some videos, so yeah. That's why I didn't really bother getting the boxes. What was this one? The title logo part there was kind of hard. I think it says Ion. I think it was Ion. I hate when the logo's hard to see, but this one's beat 'em up. This one was probably the least interesting looking one here. But it's kind of like a soldier kind of theme. Then I think this was a newer one, Legend, which I think was also a beat 'em up. Yeah, that's a beat 'em up. So, they all got nice little shiny boxes. And then the loose cartridges. This was Clan of Heroes, Generals of the Yang family. I think this was a tactics game on the Genesis. I think this one's also a Chinese game that was translated. Kanan The Legend of the New Gods. I think this one was also a tactics game, I think. I know one of them's a tactics game that has kind of an iffy translation. Now, this one is interesting, because this is actually a Japanese game. Government Royals. This is a beat-em-up, where after the stage, you make a recipe that can make your character stronger. And this was a Japanese game. Obviously, this one's localized, though. Kind of weird, usually, because a lot of these companies that do these usually do, like, Chinese games that came out for the console back in the day. So, kind of interesting to see a Japanese title, though. Oh, man. I want the cartridges to fall. So, like I said, I ordered all cartridges, so it was kind of interesting they gave me 4 boxes for 4 of them. Now, Pad might have noticed here, maybe it might help to going it that way. So I've been looking into this, and this has became about $50+ depending on where you look. So, super expensive? Really? Well, like I said, that's a localized version of it, so... But, yeah, it was just kind of interesting, because usually a lot of those companies that do that kind of stuff usually do a lot of Chinese stuff. That's what that, what was it, Super Fighter Team? A lot of those games were also Chinese. That, what was it, Star Odyssey that I played a long time ago? That was a Chinese game. Then there's another RPG I got. There's the Bagel Prince, and then there's another one that's a time-traveling Genesis RPG. They were also Chinese games. They did do, it was Nightmare something on the Super Nintendo. That was actually a canceled game. That one was actually pretty nice. Anyway, so there was a guy selling Phantasy Star Universe, both of these together. Now, like I said, this is about 50+, and 50 is like the low end, like the please, please, please sell it to me kind of thing. Where you're hoping for a miracle kind of low end. So, generally, most people are paying around $70 for this. So, this guy had these up for, I think, $69. So, I tried to lower it down to 50, and he counter offered for 55. So I was like, sure, I'll do that. I'll do 55. So I did 55 just to get the expansion to Phantasy Star Universe, because you can only play this one offline. You cannot play. I mean, it had online, but I mean, like, there was no physical version of this for the 360, and if you have the data for it, it's online only. The only way to play this offline is to own the PS2 version. Now, luckily, you don't actually need the original Phantasy Star Universe to play it, apparently. So, this was really not necessary for me, but, you know, it was part of the package. So, I still got cheaper than what usually. Now, the condition, I wish, was a little better. It does have some light scratches on it, which you'll likely not see. But if they are a problem, they should be easy to buff out. They don't look like anything bad. I don't see anything like, you know, no holes or anything. So, overall, got cheaper. Like I said, averagely, you'll be looking at $70 to get that. So, I think that ended up being good. So, one day I might check that out. Because, I mean, I went through the entirety of the original universe, the single player. I didn't do... Because you can play the... Whatever the online was for universe is on the disc to play offline mode. And then you got the expansion you could play on offline mode. And then to my understanding, I think there was one more episode that had no way to play it offline. So... I might have to look into that a wee bit, but oh, you might notice this here. So if you own this in English, consider yourself lucky, because this is sold out and is very expensive now. Because of the Shimon Tensei announcement, several Shimon Tensei games have magically sold out and became very expensive. The second Devil Summoner game for the PS2 game has become very expensive. This is the Japanese version, as you can likely tell from the zero rating. What's interesting, though, is it has a second disc inside, which is a music track. It amazes me how plain Japanese PS2 games look. They're so cheap and plain looking. But, and even the Japanese version of this is starting to become a wee bit pricey. Not as pricey as ours. Ours is like around the $100 to $200 range. But the Japanese version's commanding usually about a $60 range, which is kind of high for a Japanese RPG. Usually they become really cheap. Something I am trying to get is the Apocalypse game. That's also became sold out, and people have jacked that up over $100. There were people literally buying it for like $200 on eBay. The fuck? It's crazy because the Apocalypse game, to my understanding, didn't sell well. So it's like it didn't sell well, sells out. Oh, now it's magically hundreds of dollars. Thank you. So that sucks. Outside of that, I have all those Shimon Tensei. I could get the remake of Journey. I've been debating about that because it's on sale now. I'm like, on one hand, I like the art style of the original Shimon Tensei games. They animified the remake of it, and the remake has new content. So I'm just kind of like it's kind of a situation, you know. Anyway, let's get some of these boxes here. So this is Coffee Crisis. This is a beat 'em up game. Personally, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Graphically, it does look kind of eh. So now here's one I'm excited about, and I'm expecting this to probably get sold out. So this is supposed to be NIS's take of some kind of survival rogue game where you're taking care of this little girl. I have not spoiled much of it. I didn't want to, because a lot of these like really dark, cutesy games NIS has been doing, aside from that Woes one, I've liked them all. So I didn't want to like have anything spoiled about it. So I don't really know much about it. It looked pretty interesting, so I got the limited edition, which I think that's the only physical version. I don't think there is a standard of this, so I could easily see this probably going up in price. That last one, the Blind Prince and the Liar Princess, that's what it was. The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. That one's been going up in price because it's sold out and it's apparently not making its rounds in the used market much. So that one's been going up. Like I said, a lot of NIS titles have been going up. I got a few others that I actually got. That yellow sticker actually belongs to one now that I got sent from a GameStop of that. So if there's any NIS titles you're interested in this generation, you might want to check on them because some of the prices, they're going up, and that's not good to me. That's not good to me. So let's see. You might notice this shitty PS3 game here. When I got the Animal Crossing game, they gave a $10 coupon thing out to Pro members at GameStop. So I used it on Animal Crossing, but you had to buy something used or some stupid shit to make it trigger that. Let's see. Oh, no, I remember what it was. It had to be $60 in value. And because, you know, games will, and taxes didn't count. So I was literally a penny off from being able to use it. So this is 99 cents. I do have the PlayStation camera. So I was like, maybe one day when I wanted to go ha-ha at some stupid, maybe I could use this. Or just be a spare case or whatever. But that's why I have it. Not likely to ever play it likely, but hey. Let's see. I can just sit that there. is a garbage game anyway. Let's see. Got, of course, more PS4 stuff. So much PS4. Honestly, at this point, because of all these limited shit, I feel like PS4 is what I own the most games of at this point. It used to be... When I look at my shelf, I can see all my PS3 stuff and all my PS2 stuff. My PS3 is literally above my PS2. And it looks like I got like about 50 more games than my PS3. But my PS4 stuff is literally consuming 3 rows of space on my shelves. So, I think it's probably safe to say I own too many PS4 things. I am starting to scale back on limited shit, because there's too many limited companies, and, you know, they're all competing with each other, and some of the games are starting to become very variably in question. So, like, there's one Wet Art game, I looked up gameplay for it, it looked... You know that Namco game where you play like, you play like a little board or a mouse? No, you played a little mouse collecting boards, I think that's what it was, and you're running away from cats and shit. It essentially looked like that, except it had like a religious theme, and you're like Moses or some religious character running around opening chests instead of collecting boards. So I was like, yeah, that looks pretty shitty, I'll pass on that. But yeah, I'm gonna try and be more selective on some limited stuff, because some, like, PlayAsia's last few games have also been kind of low quality. So, some titles unlikely going to start passing up, because there's too many and it costs too much. The shipping's outrageous right now and stuff, and it's just getting kind of ridiculous. But with that out of the way, NG, which I think... I can't remember what that's supposed to stand for. I think I remember, but this is a sequel to another game Axis Games did. That's a horror title. I can't remember what it was called, but I bought it. I do own that title, and this is supposed to be a sequel to it. And yeah, don't got too many screenshots in the back there of that, but it's supposed to be a very like scary-esque game. I remember the first one. They apparently censored a picture in it. I can't remember the details of it, but they censored it in the Western version. Spirit Hunter. I think that's what it was called. Because they got Spirit Hunter Volume 2. I think that's what the first game was called, Spirit Hunter. But I haven't played it yet. You can always vote for it if you're interested, though. Let's see. This is supposed to be like some kind of Metroid-esque arcade game, I think, or something like that. I got for like $5 sealed at Best Buy, so it was cheap. That was a limited game with I can't remember. There was a company that originally released that as a limited game somewhere. So that's a retail version of it. So we got it as a retail. So let's see. We got some Vita stuff. So I did get my hands on Neptunia Rebirth 2, as I mentioned. I got an eBay listing for $40, so not bad. It's not sealed, it's open. I've been trying to get Neptunia. This guy, the guy I got this from, keeps listing Vita titles. There's actually 2 I have, I'm looking at now, that I'm going to keep my eye on in the later portion of this day. He keeps putting them up, like, for 24 hours, and then they all sell, and then like for a day he won't have anything listed, and then he lists a whole bunch more. I don't know where he's getting all these Vita fucking games, but he keeps putting them up as bids. So I won this one. I kept losing on Neptunia. The current wave does not have a Neptunia U. That's the one I don't have, Neptunia U. So I don't know if he sold out. I hope not, because you know, I really want to try and get one, because the next one, there's one who wants to sell it for, it's complete, for $50 with $12 shipping, and then there's a guy who has only the cartridge in a shitty black case from GameStop, that he's trying to sell it for $59.99 when the game sells for like $30 used, loose. So I actually originally offered him $30, and he tried to fucking get me to buy it for, I think $56 or something. I'm like, oh, fuck you. It's still up there, so I might try offering him again. Because it's been a few weeks now, so he might be more tempted, maybe. Maybe. This is a Asian version of We Bore 3. Oh, no, this is European. Never mind. I thought it was Asian, but whatever. It's a different version, but it has English. It's a European version. Because there was a set of these games that were in Asian with English, that you can find too. So now I got the whole Weeble series. I just need the U title, and I'll have all the Neptunia games basically. The only other ones you could argue is the original versions of 2 and 3 on the PS2, which are very cheap. So if I ever want to check those out. Some more stuff I got on sale at Walmart. Hey Pikmin. I heard this was highly disliked, but hey, for $7, I don't think I could complain too much. And then Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch for $5. You may actually win Emble. I actually got a loose copy of this on one of those GameStop sales. But I was like, complete copy for $5. Why not? Yeah, there's a few... Walmart slashed a lot of stuff at the 2 Walmarts in my area. So, might be worth taking a look at your current Walmart to see if they got any prices slashed off in your local location. So, you might be eyeing by the yellow sticker here. So, this series, there was... What's the other one? There it is. So, these 2 titles are going up in price. Again, NIS titles. I think this one is up to like $80, and I think this one is around $70, I think. I can't quite remember, but these 2 are becoming kind of hard to get hands on. So I got lucky that I found a store that I go to in Canada that had this one for I think it was $40. So good price in my opinion. And I think this is yeah, this is a side game, I think. I think this is supposed to be like a different retelling of some of the stories, I think. Or maybe it was this one. I don't really remember. I know Dennis has played like 2 of these. I haven't tried them out yet. But this one I got from GameStop. It was on clearance. And it's been open. It has a second disc. I think it's a soundtrack. Yeah. It's a soundtrack disc. You do not see a lot of PS4 games with a multi-disc. It's been a while since I've seen one. Now, what I find interesting is every time I've seen one, it has a better middle piece. But this one has those shitty ones that break. So, this is the first multi-disc one that I've seen that has the shitty breaking middle piece. So, that's a little of a shame. But, see, would love to go to the Switch, but I don't see it happening. Have you played them too, Carter? I haven't played them yet. Dennis has played 2 of them, and he's posted screenshots on the community page on PlayStation. It looks like a fun little game. So, I believe I have the whole series now, though. First one in the Vita. Cool, yo. I believe I have all of them. I believe there's 4 of them, and I think I have them all now. If I'm correct. It's the Disgaea 4 Plus. Complete, has all the DLC crap. It was on sale. I think it was $19.99. Then the Neptunia game. I do know there's a little minor censorship on some of the lootiness with the Xbox goddess. Ain't the end of the world. There was just I think there was like 3 shots that were minorly edited a little. Not the end of the world. I don't blame Idea Factory. That was Sony's fault. Like I said, when the whole Sony thing happened, I don't blame the publishers. I blame Sony. But next generation, it's definitely Sony's fault, and anyone who continues to be on Sony's platform's fault. I don't blame people supporting the PS4 still, because it happened in the middle of its life, and we all got fucked because of it. So, I don't hold it against them. I hold the Switch version has some performance issues, so that's why I went with the PS4 version. Because the screenshots that were affected ain't the end of the world to me, so I'd rather flake on the performance. See, in the situation like that Fire Emblem crossover game on the Wii U, that is a bigger issue because that actually went into the affecting the actual storyline of the game. So, and this has some lovely 2D art stuff for that, so I'd love to check it out one day. But I have so many Neptunia games I gotta play though. So let's see, the last 2 Vita games we got here. So you might actually remember that PlayAsia did big box version of these that I bought. So these, I did the Indiegogo with these. And the Indiegogo has been going on for very, very, very long. And when because the American branch of the Vita was shut down, they had to go through the Asian thing to make these for the Indiegogo. So part of the deal with doing that with PlayAsia was to do a PlayAsia line of them. So it was taking a really long time for these, and I was getting, some people were getting concerned whether they were even coming. So I decided to get the PlayAsia ones just in case. But these came. They both have slip covers, which I don't think any Vita game had. I don't think I've ever seen a Vita game with slip covers. So I will probably use these as trade bait type stuff. I don't know if they're even valuable. I hear the guy who made these isn't really well liked, so I don't personally know much. I've only played one of his games. It was a PS4 Limited 1 game I tried. I think it was like Plague something of that. It had a very weird art style to it, so something that I actually regret buying now and I'm very mad about. So this is the Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawler. This is the NES cartridge, so this is, well, for the NES. I think about 2 or 3 months later, they announced the Switch version of this. Now, I'm not a big fan of Weepos, for the most part, type stuff. And I would have rather just had the Switch version instead of the NES thing. So, I did buy the Switch copy, so I will probably use this as some kind of trade bait and leave it sealed. But, you know, it's a beat 'em up with Jay and Silent Bob, that. So, nothing too crazy there, but hey. Then this big box. Now, if you remember when this craze started, one of the limited companies in the early phases was called Game Fairy. And they haven't had a title in a very long time, and I think this game is why. So, let's see. I'm not sure I quite remember what the last game Game Fairy did was prior to this one. But, well, actually, the one prior to this one, actually, because the one prior to this was a collector box of the Portal Bridge game, actually. So I already own that. That came in retail in America, so because this is a European company. So actually, technically, that was the first one after a long time. But I think what they wanted to do is because now that there was so many limited companies, because all they did was just the regular packaging. They didn't have any, like, special limited box. So, you know, at this point, there's, like, fucking 20-plus companies that do this shit. So, I think they were like, okay, we don't stand out. All these other companies have all these special boxes or bonus shit and stuff, and, they did have a few bonus things, but nothing too special. Like, there was a bag that came with one, a compass that came with another. Not anything I would call, like, ooh, wow. So I think the idea is they took a long time because they wanted to design a way to make them unique, and that's this. So this is supposed to be like a what's that game? Oh, Darkest Dungeon, I think it was called. Where you have like a team and they go in a dungeon, they can die and they freak out and go psychopathically insane and shit. This is supposed to be like an icy themed version of that. I heard a lot of people call it a very copycat game of it, which, hey, you know, necessarily emulating the game, yeah, Darkest Dungeon. Emulating a type of game isn't necessarily always bad. It can be unoriginal, but hey, if it's done well, it's more the same, yeah? That could be good too. Unlike that Japanese game, which had a lot of aesthetic kind of look to it, but it still kind of did its own thing at the same time. But I haven't heard bad things outside of some people calling it a whip-off game. So obviously it doesn't have a physical release anywhere else. So I went and got a copy. So it's a very nice box. I haven't opened it yet. If you want me to open it, I could open it now. I'll leave that for you all to decide. I'm going to sit there. If you want me to open it up and show the insides, I don't even remember what's inside it. Let's do a few more PS4 and we'll do some Switch. That is a Switch version, by the way, in case you didn't notice. So let's see. Limited 1. This is from that Kimco. This was originally another mobile RPG. These are kind of half... Oh. Ooh, that's not good. Where's my knife? Ew. I hear the disc rattling around, so I guess the disc got dislodged. I do not like leaving those like that, so I'm going to fix that. It sucks opening them up for that, though. I really hope the PS5 cases are way better. Because I can't tell you how many times I get shit in the mail, the disc gets dislodged. Luckily, Blu-ray is pretty hard to fucking scratch, though. And then I've had a number of this shitty things break in the mail, too. But yeah. Graphically... the graphics actually look kind of okay. They look a little bit Super Nintendo-ish. See, some of these look okay, some of them don't. Some of them look cheaper, so they're kind of mixed. I've played 2 of them. One I've liked, and the other one looks very generic. But this is like, I think like the 9th title limited one's done with them, so. Let's see. Now this one I hear is a really interesting game. I believe it's supposed to be a Metroidvania-esque game. Oh, you don't smell inside the box after opening it for the first time? No, not my cup of tea. Not that drugged down games. So this is supposed to be... Oh no. I think the disc's dislodged in that too. Damn it. I hate PS4 cases. We're gonna be lucky if half of these things aren't fucking broken when we're old people. Yep, dislodged. As long as that's not broken, it's not the end of the world to me. I hate when that's broken. That's when I really get mad. I'm like, ah, you son of bitches. But I heard this is a pretty interesting game. It's supposed to be a Metroidvania game, and you kind of like think outside the box. Like, listen to the back. You decide what is the real story. On the surface, players take the role of a young girl with no memory, and only a voice of a nowhere to guide them through the Utopolis on their quest to find Judas, a dangerous and powerful enemy. Look deeper, however, and the players are actually acting as themselves. Should they resist the narrator's instructions and instead help Icy discover her own self-awareness, you will play as Icy. And you will not play as Icy. So, I've heard this game is very interesting, so I was excited to see Limited 1 games get a physical version done of it. I definitely would be interested in checking it out. Because I heard it's, I've heard some people compare it to, like, Neo-esque storytelling, so, here's a doubles thing here. So, there's a very interesting story to tell about these. Because when these went live and everyone bought them, everyone's PayPal accounts got locked of interesting notes. And everyone was freaking out. Because literally everyone who bought either of these or both of them got their PayPal accounts fucking locked. Now, apparently, I believe it's that. Like, It's supposed to be like a name of a capital city in the Middle East or some shit. I don't remember if it's the first name or that part or I don't know. But these are same series but two different games. Something in it like had to do with like a capital in the Middle East or some shit or some city there, and they got flagged because of terrorist shit. They flagged everyone's account because, oh, wait, they used a word from it linked to terrorists. Take them down. Oh, it's just video game shit. Oh, fine, open them back up. It was... You should have saw Discord. Everyone was freaking out. It's like, why the hell was our accounts locked? What the fuck happened? It got to the point everyone realized it was just one of these two games. Either of these two games was triggering it. It was really weird. Because you would think they would, like, send limited one game some kind of message about it or something. But I don't know. Everyone's PayPal's obviously got opened up and shit. These are supposed to be, if you remember when I did the limited one thing last year, these were those games that had mechs in them that looked very interesting. You probably cannot see them very well in the photos because they are very dark looking. But these were the two games that had the mech stuff in them that looked interesting. So I don't know how long they are, but they looked really nice. So obviously wanted to pick those up. Disgaea Complete, the remake of Disgaea 1. I'm not sure what kind of bonuses are in this. Hopefully it has all the same voice actors. There was some kind of sale I just bought. Wasn't a big deal. Mars Odyssey. If you know, when you're a pro at GameStop, you get a $5 coupon thing every month now. When they rearrange those stupid pro membership. So, I needed something to use my $5 for, so I used it on that. It was $8. It was in good condition. It's a VR game, so I was like, yeah. Now, here's something interesting. Disaster Report 4. Now, you might notice this is the European version. Because apparently scalpers, again, like I said, are targeting several of NIS's titles. And it is kind of hard to find this now. Especially the Switch version. I hope you didn't want the Switch version because you're looking at $100. If you want the PS4 version, you still have some chances. Some. Better than the Switch. But, I noticed PlayAsia had copies of the, European Peggy version. I find it funny it has... I don't think I've ever seen the 18 WED symbol on any Peggy games I have. Which is, Weighted for Violence. And that's it. Which is weird because it's a game about surviving an earthquake that destroyed the city. So, I don't know what's so quote-unquote violent, but whatever. I want the PlayStation version, obviously, because it has VR. I don't know what, if the whole game's available in VR, or if it's just a VR mode. But, either way, you know, VR is a pretty interesting check. If it's the whole game, that would be kind of cool, actually. These are pretty janky games, if you don't know anything about the Disaster Report series. I do not own any of them. I believe there are 5 games. One of them's a PSP spin-off, I believe. I know there's 2 on the... I know there's 1 on the PSP, 2 on the PS2. I don't... Oh, yes, there's none on the PS3, because originally... Fun story. Oh, well, maybe not fun, but... This was originally being developed for the PS3, and because of, that, nuclear... The nuclear flood thing and that all happened that one year, they canceled it because, you know, they were worried about people being upset and that because of a lot of mayhem issues going on. So, and that kind of sunk the company apparently. And supposedly, I don't know if it's like the original people made the series or someone else bought the rights or something, but you know, they went and made Disaster Report 4. Okay, let's save some of those, get some of this Switch stuff here. So we got a lot of Switch things. Well, not a lot, but this was 12 bucks on sale at Best Buy. I think it's supposed to be like a point-click game. It's 2 games in one, so I'm not really familiar with it. I've kept it on my watch list for a good while, because it came out, I believe, as $39.99. I was like, I think I'll just wait for it to become low on it. It was like 12 bucks, so I was like, that's a better price. I can't pay full price for everything, you know. This one, I believe Dennis played through. I believe Pat and Dennis, I believe, know about this one. If I remember correctly, they told me it was a gentleman game in its original form, and it was cleaned up a wee bit in this remake. If I remember correctly, feel free to correct me along. I believe Dennis played through it all the way. I believe Pad's just familiar with it. I think he owns the original version. I think it was on the Sega Saturn, I believe. I got this for 20 bucks. PS4 version's kind of sold out everywhere. I think this one's suffering the NIS course probably in the future, so you might want to look into getting one. I would prefer it on PS4, but like I said, it's kind of gone and kind of going a little, so I was like, I guess I'll buy it. This is a game that came out in silence and was like forgotten. Like no one really talked about this game much. It was on sale, I think, $25. 20 is a steal. Yeah, it was like 20 of that. This looked like a pretty interesting little action game of that. But yeah, I haven't heard a lot about it. It seemed to kind of came out and just kind of... So, I've been keeping an eye on that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that one goes up. You know, forgotten games, bad games, or games that sometimes don't sell well. Sometimes the games that become really expensive. So, speaking of which, this was also on sale. I think it was $39. Platinum game. Platinum does some really good games. This was the next game after working on Neo Automata. So, you know, if you like Neo Automata, check it out, likely. With some of the political things going on, some people were kind of freaked out about it because you do play as, like, police-type people. I wouldn't let people rub their politics into you, judge to get a game of that. But anyway, but I heard it's really good. That I don't know if it's been selling well, but got a little under, so I went with it. I skipped the 2. Okay, I got 3. Just B10. I have Little Phono, because a Little Phono came with these. I always put it on the shelf. I don't feel like it's important enough to go grab it. Yes, I didn't like it as much. It's too expensive. Anyway, you might notice the world it was the world ends with you. Yeah, the world ends with you. So I do have a complete DS copy of this game. I've always heard that's still the best way to play this game. However, the mobile version added content, and that added content exists in this game. And I believe it's 2-player. Yes, it's 2-player. But I hear the controls are absolutely awful on this game unless you play on touchscreen. So if I live stream this, it's probably going to be a clunky mess, and we'll probably get there. It'll probably be because someone voted for it, though, because I did not like the music I heard when I tried it out on DS. So I don't know. Second time could be a charm. I know it has its fans, but I didn't dig the music, and the gameplay was weird. I only tried it, though, like, literally just a few minutes, so I didn't give it, like, a real test drive, to be fair. But it didn't leave a good first impression, either. But this is supposed to be a complete package with all the content that's in the mobile version. I think I got for $19. I was waiting for it to go down, because I heard it was terrible to play unless you were playing in handheld mode. If you're playing in handheld mode, it's great. If you're not, I heard it's terrible with a controller. So I was waiting for the price to go down, and I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to go any lower than that, or I might be risking it selling out and then start going up in price. So Super Whale Games. So we got Tricky Towers Collector's Edition. We did get a physical version of this in America for the PS4 version. This is supposed to be a more complete version that has more stuff that didn't have. Damn, 20 for Yuna. Still can't believe it for a physical copy. Still 50 over here. Yeah, different prices, different places. See, I don't care much about, European, American. I want to be able to understand the game. I mean, even some Japanese games have English in them. I have a few. But, this is, what was it? Old School Musical? This is supposed to be a music game. I don't really know if it's up my cup of tea. Last few music games I played haven't been too good for me. I'd say the dancing games for Persona were the last fun ones I had. That one on the PS4 I tried, it's not bad. It's just the way you do it just seems odd to me. Because it looks like how Guitar Hero works, but you use a controller, and it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of fucks with my mind. So, this shows all kinds of different gameplay. So, from my understanding, they're like retro games, but it's a musical game. So, it looked interesting. So, hopefully it's fun, but don't know. Sometimes you take the risk. This game I literally know nothing about. Like I said, Little Forno came with the Tricky Towers, this, and the Little Forno. I bought them as a bundle. This is Graceful Explosion Machine. I don't know anything about it. It looks like some kind of shmup arcade game from the one picture I could see not being blocked on it. So, I honestly don't know anything about this particular game. The pad doesn't know. It must not be a very memorable shoot 'em up probably then. Okay, last two PS4 games. The Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition was restocked after years of waiting. Yay! I've never owned Devil May Cry 4, so now I do. This is an Asian version, I believe. I think it's an Asian version. Oh, that's interesting. It has Atlas on there. Look. Atlas. Atlas had something to do with this version of the game. Probably the region. That's kind of weird. But yeah, I do know there are some differences between this and the original PS3 release of this game. I hear they're for the better, though. That they were for the better. But I don't personally know. I never played the original version, but I heard there's more content and stuff on this too, so I felt like that was the better version. This used to be really expensive, FYI, and it likely will go back up when it's sold out. Now here is a visual novel. What's it called again? Remaster the Bundle Pack. I think it's like 3 games or something. Let's see. Remaster and We After. Okay, so it's 2 games. It does have English available on it, so you might not be able to see it there, but it has English. I don't know anything about this. Some of these visual novels are kind of shot in the dark. It was, I think it was like 15 on sale, 15 off whatever the original price was on PlayAsia. PlayAsia doesn't usually do lots and lots of sales very often, so I had some spare money that week. I had a few things to throw in there, so I was like, why not? Why not? Go get. I've been thinking of playing a few visual novels to myself lately, and I guess nobody's interested in me opening this one up. Nobody said to, so there is, because I believe there's 2 more things I still had on my shelf. Let's see, 3 more things. This should be everything caught up then. So, these were given to me when I went and got this 3DS, which will be going back. So, we've confirmed that the SD slot's messed up in this 3DS, which is a shame because everything else is perfect. So, he's supposed to have a replacement for this. Hopefully that one doesn't have any problems either. We can get sent in and modified. But, because I had a lot of packaging stuff I've been meaning to give him. He let me pick a game. I don't have Darksiders 2. Disc was clean. A miracle, because he doesn't usually buff anything. So I picked that out as an extra game. And then I noticed this on his shelf. So this is the thing that gives you the second analog stick for your 3DS. It's modeled for the original, so you can have 2 analog sticks. And I have never seen one in person before. I have never saw one before. And apparently he didn't even know what this thing was. He said he's had it for a while. Plus, I think that, like, you know, if you want a video game store, you need to look up shit. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if he plays dumb. I don't know. But anyway, so I never had this. I didn't want it, but he just gave it to me. He's like, "You're the first person I knew who knew what the fuck this thing is," so he gave it to me. What I found confusing is, because looking at it, I was like, how does it connect to it, though? There's a little infrared thing there that lines up with the one on the 3DS. So it's wireless. That compartment there is for batteries. So I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. You're relying on a wireless device for the inputs. I don't know how accurate this thing is. There's only like 3 games, like the Metal Gear Solid 3, the Kingdom Hearts game, and I think there's like one other game. There was virtually nothing for this, so that's why I didn't even really want it, honestly. But he gave it to me, so I, why not? Then the last thing. This thing, I really don't know anything about. The disc looks pretty horrible. I don't even know if I want to put it in my PSP, honestly. But it's a Dixmoor Hospital for the Clinically Insane. Confidential. Now, at first I thought this was a movie, and I'm still questioning that, but it has the Rockstar logo on it. And, like, he asked me if I knew what the fuck it was, and I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, then have it. So, Mike always seems to be interested in if I know something. Because I used to tell him about all kinds of games he never heard about when he first started. So, and just to put this to rest, because I really think it's a movie. So can I use this? Sorry, game. I need something with some more traction. But I really think it's a movie, because I don't know what else it is. I really never heard of it. But I've literally never, ever heard of it, so I don't know. This game is actually Manhunt 2 for the PSP? What? This is Manhunt 2? Really? It doesn't say Manhunt 2 on it? So I guess the hospital thing is supposed to be the hospital it takes place in. That's weird. And even, what's weird though is like Price Charter has a page for it under that title. What the fuck is it? It's not valuable though, it's very cheap. Well, this one claims it's whale. What the fuck is this? So one person says this is supposed to be Manhunt 2. This one has, there's an eBay listing for this, and the product page says Professor Xavier's team has misunderstood mutants, blah blah blah, X-Men shit. He doesn't even have the right information now. Weird. I don't see a case. I see a booklet picture, but I don't see any pictures of the actual case. I mean, there's actual Manhunt 2 case, but weird. So I guess that's the case. So I guess it's supposed to be Manhunt 2. Weird. Might check out unboxing just to make sure about that. Yeah, weird. Why would you not name, like, I wonder if it's in the copyright information. That is very weird. See, this part of the original use, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah, manufacturer, blah 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 blah, flammable logo, Western UMD, blah blah blah. Nope. There's nothing about Manhunt 2 anywhere around now. Huh. That's pretty weird. Well, that explains that. I almost was 100% sure it's a fucking movie that somehow has Rockstar's logo on it. Because I literally never heard of a game called that, so that's weird. So if you see that, that's apparently Manhunt 2. Weird. You think you would have, like, it doesn't even have anything from the artwork that's on the Manhunt 2 cover on it. It's, I mean, I've seen like PS2 discs or shit that don't have names on them before. Like, it's not unheard of as stuff, but it's just weird. So I have Manhunt 2 on the Wii, which I think was actually pretty enjoyable on there. So though I hear this is like the easiest version to crack if you want to play it uncensored, because I think, if I remember correctly, all the uncensored stuff exists on the UMD, I think. If I remember correctly, I can't remember the exact details. I didn't really care much. Yeah, the game was all way violent, so... I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of the censorship, but, you know. It was an anime, so, you know, that's a Westaboo problem, but, you know, I'm still getting censored with that, but, anyway. So, that's everything. So, hopefully, saw something that was interesting. I think I got a few nice nabs here and there. Getting Fancy Star Universe's expansion was nice, in my opinion. And, as usual, lots of stuff I want to try. Just, sadly, I don't have the time to try everything. But yeah, I know some of you all said that's a good game, so nice pickups, thank you. So, you know, you can always vote for that when there's an opening, hint hint. Because the problem I have with visual novels is, obviously, somebody needs to be interested in it. Because if nobody thinks it's interesting, it's going to be a dead womb then. So, I think visual novel-wise, unless it's something I really want to play, I think I'll mainly leave it $20, yep. Maybe, let's take a look on eBay. Let's see what eBay prices are going. Maybe you can find someone on eBay to sell it for, sell it to you, maybe. Come back here. I summon thee from the underground now, keyboard. Let's see. Hey, play that, see. I don't know if you want on Switch or PS4. Let's see what we got here. Dang, that didn't... Do I need to maybe spell out the whole thing? Or maybe it's because I don't have the dash. Do I need the dash? Now, that works better. Gotta have the dash. Okay, let's see. eBay, there's one for 31, 33, free shipping. So, yeah, it looks like I even got below eBay prices. That's for the Switch. Let's see what PS4 version, because last time I looked at that, they were going up. Well, there's a few for 30s on eBay too for PS4 too. So I guess the other reason I got it on Switch is it being a visual novel. It you know, it has a more likelihood of having something censored in it. So I guess you could say no free shipping. Well, at least they say free shipping. $31.97. Oh no, that's free returns on that one. Yeah, they want $1.99 for shipping, so that's okay. This one says free shipping. $33.97 free shipping. $44.99 free shipping. I gotta say, honestly, if you're charging shipping for something that's over $50 at least, I understand when something's really cheap doing a little shipping, because, you know, if you're like selling it for $5, you're lucky if you'll get half of that. So I can understand shipping on that kind of things, but these people, they're like, $200, $12 shipping on a fucking video game are outrageous. Like, it's like you're waiting, not for Europe. Well, yeah, I guess to be fair, some of them sometimes only say in certain regions. Let's see what it says. Free shipping, item location, America. Yeah, not sure what. If it does. Doesn't mention whether they do any. Because usually if they don't do free shipping outside America, wherever their nationality is, they usually mention it somewhere in the bio thing now. I don't know. Sadly, that's something you'll have to figure out if you want to get cheaper. But, yeah. But I gotta still try and get Neptunia U. And then, outside of that, I might get the original 2 and 3 PS3 versions. I don't know how much of a difference there is between 2 and 3's Vita versions. I know Rebirth 1 and the original Neptunia have a lot of, like, to the point where Rebirth makes fun of the original game. Like, the first boss literally like, wait a minute, you weren't here last time. Like, it really makes fun of it, so, but outside that, yeah, I need you. Please, send all your U's to my P.O. box that doesn't actually exist. Anyway, so